Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Uttarakhand GEOL Geology 2013 question paper, and I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 1. Coming to the first question. Find the odd one out of the following. So the choices given are enstatite, B hypersthene, C anthophyllite and D diapside. So the correct option is C anthophyllite, because enstatite, hypersthene, diapside all they belongs to pyroxenes, whereas anthophyllite is a orthorhombic amphibole. So that's why it is the odd one out. C is the correct option. Next question. The tectonic boundary between Lesser Himalaya and central crystallines is termed as A. Himalayan frontal fault, B. Main boundary fault, C. Main central thrust and D. Lesser central thrust. So the correct option is main boundary fault. So this is main boundary fault or main boundary thrust. This is also known as a main boundary fault. It is a series of seismic faults in the Himalayas. So the MBT, it separates the greater Himalayas from the lesser Himalayas. This is the boundary between the lesser and the central crystallines. So B is the correct option. Next question. A deformed rock, the fabric of which is due to the systematic movement of the individual units under a common external force, can be termed as A. Non-tectonite, B. Tectonite, C. Fabric element, D. Syndeformation element. So the correct option is tectonite. So tectonites are rocks that have been affected by tectonics or natural forces from other stones and have undergone differential movement of their parts. And the result is the rocks with a fabric that reflects their deformation history and displays coordinated geometric features that indicate continuous solid flow during formation. So a deformed rock, the fabric is due to the systematic movement of the individual units under a common external force, is termed as a tectonite. B is the correct option. Next question. If the axial plane of a fold is inclined to horizontal and both limbs dip in the same direction, that the fold will be called as A. Inclined fold, B. Reclined fold, C. Overturned fold and D. Recumbent fold. So the correct option is overturned fold. An overturned fold is also known as an overfold. It is a geologic feature that occurs when the axial plane of a fold is tilted to the point that the strata on one limb are overturned. So C. Overturned fold is the correct option. Next question. The polished and striated surface resulting due to friction along a fault plane is called as A. Slicken side, B. Slicken side, C. Ventifact and D. None of the above. So the correct option is slicken side. Slicken side and a fault cutting granite or mountain beltway or slicken sides are smooth polished rock surfaces with parallel grooves, or these are also known as scratches, so that are caused by frictional movement between rocks along a fault plane. So the polished and striated surface resulting due to the friction along a fault plane can be termed as a slicken side. A is the correct option. Next question. In crystallography, the interfacial angle is defined as A. Angle between the two adjacent faces of a crystal, B. Angle between the perpendiculars on two adjacent faces of a crystal, and C. Angle between the two similar faces of a crystal, and D. Angle between the two opposite faces of a crystal. So the correct answer is the angle between the normals or perpendiculars on the two adjacent faces of a crystal. So in crystallography, the interfacial angle or IFA, it is the angle between the normals of the two adjacent faces of a crystal. So B is the correct option. Next question. Find the odd one out of the following pairs. A. Aragonite calcite, B. Diamond graphite, C. Quartz chalcedony and D. Microcline labradorite. So here all these will have the same composition like aragonite, calcite. These are the isomorphic forms, or diamond and graphite, they have the same chemical composition C. Aragonite, calcite have same chemical composition as CaCO3, and quartz chalcedony have the same composition as silica, SiO2, whereas microcline is and labradorite, these are different type of feldspars. So that's why this is the odd one out. D is the correct option. Next question. In an igneous rocks, the separation of roughly rounded shells due to the weathering is termed as, the choices are A. Elephant skin weathering, B. Nodular weathering, C. Concretionary weathering and D. Spheroidal weathering. So the correct option is spheroidal weathering. Spheroidal weathering is a type of chemical weathering that causes concentric layers of decayed rock to break off from a block of a rock. So D, spheroidal weathering, is the correct option. Next question. Match the landforms of list A with the environments of list B and choose the correct answer. Choices, that is list A and list B, are given. In the list A, B, C, D are given, like Cuesta, Cirque, Inselberg, Atoll, and in list B, marine, desert, erosional and glacial conditions are given, or glacial environment is given. So the codes are like A, B, C, D is given, and either the choices are A1, B2, C3, D4, and B, A4, B3, C2 and D1, and C, A3, B4, C1 and D2 are given, and D, A3, B4, C2 and D1 is given. So here the correct option goes as a D, like Cuesta, it's an erosional feature, and Cirque is obviously a glacial feature, and Inselberg, so these are formed in desert regions or arid regions, and Atoll, so this is formed in marine condition, it's a type of coral reef. So the correct option goes as D. Next question. Gutenberg discontinuity, it lies at, the choices are A, 2900 kilometers below the earth's surface, B, 33 kilometers below the earth's surface below continents, and C, 11 kilometers below the earth's surface and below the oceans, and D, 984 kilometers below the earth's surface. So the correct answer is A, 2900 kilometers below the earth's surface. The Gutenberg discontinuity, it occurs within the earth's interior at a depth of about 2900 kilometers, or roughly around 1800 miles below the surface, where there is an abrupt change in the seismic waves. This is generated by the earthquakes or explosions that travel through the earth. So A is the correct option. Next question. Varwood sediments are characteristic features of which environment? A, river deposition, B, tidal flat environment, C, glacial lake deposition, and D, aeolian deposition. So Varwood sediments are characteristic features of glacial like deposition. So generally glacial varves are sedimentary deposits that form in glacial lakes when meltwater stream deposit fine sediments in response to seasonal or annual variations will occur. So C, glacial lake deposition, is the correct option. Next question. Rock density is main factor in the determination of what type of anomaly? A, seismic, B, magnetic, C, gravity, D, electrical. So rock density is the main factor in the determination of gravity anomaly. Gravity anomalies reveal rock density variations with the amplitude of the anomaly. This is proportional to the density contrast and also the thickness of the anomalous body. So C, gravity, is the correct option. Next question. In landslides, free fall of rock is called as A, creep, B, debris fall, C, rock slide, D, toppling. In landslide, free fall of rock is termed as a rock slide. A rock slide is a movement of a mass of soil or rock on an individual failure surface. Next question. Indo-Gangetic Plain is also known as A, Great Indian Mosaic Plain, B, Flisk Plain, and C, Coastal Plain, and D, none of the above. So the correct option is Indo-Gangetic Plain is also known as a Great Indian Mosaic Plain and Molassic Plain, and so this Indo-Gangetic Plain is also called as North Indian Plain, an extensive north central section of the Indian subcontinent stretching westward from the combined delta of the Brahmaputra River Valley and the Ganges or Ganga River to the Indus River Valley. So the Indo-Gangetic Plain is also known as Great Indian Molassic Plain. Next question. Strength of an earthquake is measured in A, magnitude, B, intensity, C, moment magnitude, and D, all of the above. So strength of an earthquake is generally measured in the scale like magnitude. The strength of an earthquake is measured in magnitude, which is a common way to measure the size of an earthquake source. So magnitude is proportional to the amount of the energy released by an earthquake and at its focus. So strength of an earthquake is measured in magnitude. A is the correct option. Next question. Soil contains A, weathered material, B, organic material, C, moisture, air and weathered material, D, all of the above. Soil contains all like weathered material, organic material, moisture, air, etc. So D is the correct option. Next question. Stylolite is, so what is a stylolite? A sedimentary structure, B, deformational structure, C, both sedimentary and deformational structure, and D, none of the above. So stylolites are sedimentary and deformational structural. So stylolites are known as a secondary or secondary sedimentary structures that are both deformational and structural. C is the correct option. Next question. The term deflation is associated with A, river, B, glacier, C, wind, and D, underground water. Obviously the term deflation is associated with the wind deposits. Next question. The term helioseismology is used with interface or with reference to A, sun, B, Mercury, C, moon, and D, Venus. Obviously the term helioseismology is used with reference to sun. Helioseismology, it's a term coined by Douglas Gog. It is a study of the structure and dynamics of the sun through its oscillations. So A is the correct option. Next question. Karst topography is associated with which of the following? A, sandstone, B, shale, C, limestone, D, basalt. So karst topography is associated with limestone. So karst topography is a type of landscape that's formed when water dissolves soluble rocks like limestone, dolomite, and gypsum, and the water seeps into cracks and holes in the bedrock, which travels underground and then drains out through the springs, which can be like cave entrances. So C, limestone is the correct option. Hope you have followed these questions, and see you in the next video. Hope you can subscribe to Explore Geosciences. Thank you for your time.